What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope you're having a great weekend. But guess what's back? The Infinity Creators has returned. Super awesome. That's weird hearing myself. That's just...
Turn the mic down.
Nah, you good. But Infinity Creators is back. It's gonna be once a month. With the new co-hosts and hosts of the shows. Very much, guys. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Damien, aka DBlakes, Steph, aka Dtour Customs. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. Us.
3D's back together again.
That is true. Yo, that is true. It is like a 3D. That is a 3D. But thank you, everybody who's tuning in, for watching. And thank you all for pushing the creativity in the community. You gentlemen as well. Thank you. I think as the year has gone, a couple of years, actually a couple of years have gone by, creativity has exploded within the community. And it's just been very awesome to see people, everybody just getting creative. So enough from me. I want the people. So this is kind of like the get to know you show. It's going to be about an hour, everybody. So we're going to talk about some stuff, but it's more of the get to know, Damien and Steph. If you're not familiar with them, so I'll hand over to. Let's start with Steph. Let's start with you, sir. Tell people a little bit about you.
My name is Steph, aka Dtour Customs, eccentric customizer and lover of all things medieval. So you'll find me tinkering with pretty much anything I get my hands on: metal, wood, plastic, scraps. I'm a hoarder. I'm a pack rat. Always find good use in something. Your limit is on the imagination that you got. So that's what I'm all about. But again, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be among such illustrious artists and pillars in the toy community. So you guys, I'm humble to be here.
Oh, thank you. Now, pillar and illustrious. Now, you put those words with me. That I don't know about that. Maybe Damien, yes, because everybody know Damien. Like, hey, that's DBlakesMakes. Yeah, let me get that signed. Can I spend over $3,000 over here? Yeah, baby, get the PayPal ready, baby. Get the PayPal ready.
That was nuts.
Right.
Never forget that.
Exactly. Real quick, we got a super chat already. Thank you, Matthew Toy. Says, get the tables, time to create. That's right.
So what's up, Matthew? It's good.
Damien, if you like to tell the folks about you.
Yeah, I'm Damien, DBlakesMakes. Treat yourself. A while ago I got my first 3D printer, and I said I want to make display signs for my collection. Showed it off in a couple Facebook pages, and it just exploded. And people started hitting me up for signs for their collections, and that's a wrap. So here I am, and now someone else said, "Yo, you should do some toy shows." And I said, "I'll do some toy shows," and now I'm doing toy shows, and and it's been a hell of a ride, and I appreciate everyone's support and love, and it's just been a great ride. So and here we are. So I appreciate this opportunity and hanging out with you guys and two of the greats. Steph, I know we always chop it up at the shows. We get along great. Dante, you're awesome. I met you at Legion's Con, and appreciate this opportunity, and looking forward to seeing what we can do with this show.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm super excited. I was excited to have the show come back. But it was like, who can I bring back? Now, just for clarification to everybody, nothing went down between me and DJ, aka Tech Collect. Unfortunately, I just could not get a hold of him. So I hope everything's well and good with him. He was a super awesome dude, great guy. I just have not been able to get a chance to get in contact with him. So I wish him all the best. I hope everything's well with him. So just to let everybody know, they're like, "Oh snap, he done got rid of everybody." Like,
clean house.
Exactly.
First start.
So
it's a
definitely,
wrap.
But definitely, I'm glad you guys were glad you guys were able to join me on this new venture, and make great stuff. We can just make great stuff. And
that's it.
Help the community get into it, making great
like
stuff.
You said, the collecting has changed a lot in just the past since the pandemic. Everything exploded with the pandemic. Everyone was stuck at home. People started collecting. Toy prices went crazy, and then the availability and prices of 3D printers and stuff to make things you would never think to use insulation foam for to make a diorama. You know what I mean? Like the people's creative minds and things to make their collection pop is just exploded now. And this is just a great forum to talk about that with everybody.
Definitely. I think I'm trying to remember. I got my first 3D printer I had, and it was worse now. Was now MakerBox.
Mm.
I had that.
They were one of the first ones to do it. Yeah, like the home 3D printer was that was like MakerBox was like one of the first. I remember.
Yeah, so I was horrible at this. So I was supposed to be using tuition, like the money that I got from my job, to like go to like pay the school that I was going to, but I used it to buy a 3D printer.
You got education. Let's get printing.
Hey, priorities, brother. Priorities.
So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go get a 3D printer. Drove down to Sam Club in Dover, Delaware, and brought the 3D printer. And it was great.
Now, how much was it back then?
What was it like? I want to say, because I got the small one, so it was like $300 to $400, I think, at that time.
And the plates on those were like 4 inches, right? I mean, they were tiny.
Yeah, you couldn't build a whole. Yeah, it didn't get like a huge build plate, and that's where I kind of got more into it. But then also too, Printed Solid was helping me out. The guys there, I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with them. They're a company that makes their own filament. So you can like choose whatever color filaments that you want, and they'll make it. They already have it made, but you can also buy printers from them as well. And it changed hands after a while, but it's under a different ownership. But the guys there who were there helped me out greatly, immensely. Like they had like groups that would meet there and talk about 3D printing, like bring stuff in that they showed off that they printed up on the printers. So it was pretty awesome. So that helped me a little bit to learn a little bit more. And then I got into resin printing, and I was like, resin's the best. I love filament, but I love me some resin.
Yeah,
another level with resin. Whole nother level.
Yes,
it's totally. I started FDM. I started with an Ender 3 in 2020. It was. That's when I got my Ender 3 Pro, and then I quickly outgrew that. And then I got what was it? The Anycubic Chiron. It's a 15-inch bed. And then I went and got the Anycubic Mono X, Photon Mono X. It's got like an 8-inch by 6-inch bed. I want a mid-size resin printer. Totally different game, man. Everything is backwards. Yeah. Everything it goes from up. Everything's upside down and backwards with a resin printer. And once you can wrap your head around that, it's a little bit easier. But the whole support structure, it's messy, it is. It's a cumbersome process. It really is. But you can't beat the detail, man. You can't beat, the quality you get in a resin print.
And I know you guys will agree with me on this. There's something magical about waiting for a resin print. Oh, look at that. You press the start button, and then you're kind of going layer by layer, and it's like you check on it like you're cooking, like you're baking a pie or a cake or something. Like, are you done yet?
Yeah.
And then it rises, and it's like, is it complete? Is it good? Did it fail?
You hope that it's at the end of the supports and it's not just half a print or it's not an empty bed. You just kind of set it and you're just like, and you're afraid to hit pause. You don't want to hit pause to make it come up to see if it's because you don't want to jinx it. So you just kind of pray that everything works, right? Yeah.
And there's no greater feeling than a successful print. I mean, when something comes out that's smooth, exactly how you want it. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
it's so satisfying. Yeah, it's a relief is what it is. It's a relief. That's why it's like Christmas. You don't know if you're gonna get coal or you're gonna get the print, so
oh my god, such a and indeed, funny story. I started with resin and I kind of jumped into FDM to kind of take advantage of the build plate size and things So I started running FDM late last year. And I got to tell you, despite all of the woes of resin printing, FDM has its own challenges that I
Oh yeah,
not expect.
hardware. FDM is.
Oh my God.
I find FDM is a big. All the challenges of FDM is hardware. It's the extruder. It's the nozzle. It's everything. It's the damn the tube. You know, everything.
Yeah. I think it's more technical than resin.
Yeah, no, totally. You gotta be a mechanic. You gotta be a mechanic to be an FDM printer. Yeah.
A mechanic, a technician, an electrician. Like, okay,
electrician. You can be soldering. You take the whole thing, running the wires back through, labeling. Yeah, no, you need a very technical skill set to get into FDM printing.
I picked up the Elegoo Neptune 3.
Oh yeah, Neptune, yeah.
Because all my resin printers are Elegoo. So you know what?
Sure.
Let's stay consistent. So I picked up the Neptune. I'm like, ooh, I got my Neptune. Time to print some FDM. So I did a test print. Came out great. I'm like, this is awesome. Let's print something bigger. So I've been working on this massive cannon. I'm like, I can't do this in resin. This has to be FDM. So I'm going and it's doing this little pattern, and then it stops, and I'm like, okay. I see an error message. I'm like, let me just begin again. Let me re-level everything, make sure everything's good, and everything's up to snuff. And it does it again. I'm like, bro. And then I look online. It says I got to replace the thermistor. I just got the machine. Why do I have to replace something all over? I'm like, man.
And that's what obsessed me with FDMs. Like, I'm like, okay, I can get like 6 good prints out of it, and I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and do my test print, like something I designed, I created. Like, let me put this in here. And then all of a sudden, that's when it's like, nah, son, this ain't gonna happen. This ain't gonna happen for you.
Right.
All those other stuff that you got, that was cool, but your stuff,
no, the stuff that you made and created, yeah.
I
remember. No, go ahead. You think what?
I was gonna say, I think between FDM and resin, like the worst with resin is where you get some new resin and you just leave it at default settings and it doesn't work. Because
you didn't check the cure time, on this new resin. Oh, how long do I have to set my first couple layers of time on there? Yeah, I feel that.
That kills me. I'm like, are you serious? And then you see that plate just come up with nothing on it, but just dripping resin. I'm like, are you serious?
and it's stuck to the bed, and then you got to go, God damn, I got to drain the vat. I got to scrape the vat. Oh man.
What I did, so instead of draining the vat, I take my little plastic scraper and I kind of slide it on the bottom until I fill it and pop. So I have to do it. I'm like, yo, I'm not drained.
I'm always afraid of doing that. I'm always afraid there's going to be a piece left on there or something, So
random floater, and it's right. It's happened to me tons of times, especially.
And it'll ruin your FEP. It'll ruin your film, and then you got to replace 700 screws to change that little piece of plastic film.
Forget about it, man.
So if you get the Elegoo Saturn 2, you're gonna be placing a lot of screws in that bad boy in the vat.
Yeah,
because it's not only like the 4 screws that are on the bottom of the vat.
Yeah.
Then you gotta take that part off, and there's another set of screws that you gotta take.
Same thing. Same thing with the Anycubic Photon. There's about 8 on the outside bigger screws. You take that off, and then there's about 20 or 24 little screws underneath.
Yes.
And you're just sitting there with that little Allen key, just sitting there trying to spin it around.
Like,
that's it.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's pain. A big pain.
So let's see, we got some chats in here.
I was gonna say, let's check in with the chat.
Dama Chichiaro says, my man Dama Chichiaro. I gotta say it like that.
Hey, forget about it.
Yeah.
Dude makes some mean ravioli.
Matthew says, hi guys. He said it's the 3Ds. Yes.
It is. Yeah,
I got this from the graveyard because I got so frustrated. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy another one.
Exactly.
I need to buy another vat. I need to buy another vat.
This was such a nightmare, man. The little piece to get jammed and wedged. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spend the money.
Just get it. Just get it.
Right. It's crazy.
I'll eat ramen for a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
RG says, let's go, people. Agent Variant says, sup, fellas? What's going on, Agent Variant? Toy Chase says, what's up, people? What's going on, Toy Chase? Robert Diaz. See, Robert Diaz is a troublemaker. This week on IE Creates, Dante creates the ultimate fan page for all AOA fans out there. No, I do not. But I told you I don't like AOA. It ain't about AOA, sir. It's not about AOA. Archie says, Steph. Archie says, Matt Chu.
What's up?
Agent Venom says, hey, Agent Variant. I almost call it Agent Venom. Agent Variant says, hell yeah.
I want to do that too all the time.
No, right?
It rolls off the tongue. Like, that's how you know it's like, it's Agent Venom, but I use Agent Variant. So cool. That's so freaking awesome. So smooth. So smooth.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You talk. I'm just showing stuff off. You get distracted.
Strident says, hello, everyone. What's going on, Strident? No Chewing says, what's up, guys? How you doing?
No
Just Shelvin says, hey, fellas. What's up, Steph? Hello. White Vegeta. Hello. Chicho says, I use a Christmas gift card to buy some utility knives. Might be trying some stuff whenever I can find some time. Yeah.
That's a sharp knife. You got to have a sharp knife. If you're cutting foam, sharp knife.
The sharpest. Get some disposable blades to be good to go.
Oh, yeah. RG says, Sam's Club has 3D printers. They used to sell MakerBot printers. This is back, I want to say, in 2016. So a couple years ago. MakerBot is like going all commercial now. So it's not even like home friendly anymore. And it's just ridiculous. Yo, sellouts is that's putting it mildly. Man, they just said screw people. Like we're just going commercial. Agent Variant says, love creating and making dolls, but takes too much time away from photography, which is what I'd rather do.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
But says that's why I'd rather buy props from Dtour and such creators.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
No Tween says, what software do you use for 3D modeling?
I'll let you guys start.
So boom. So when I first started, I wanted to go down the free route, right? I was aware of ZBrush, but I'm like, $1,000 is kind of steep. So I downloaded Mesh Mixer. I tried Tinkercad, and I really like the interface, but Mesh Mixer gives you a lot of organic capability when you're sculpting. You can change your brush size. You can do Boolean operations pretty easily. So Mesh Mixer being a free software, if you're trying to get into 3D printing and design and stuff like that, I highly recommend it. It has a really, really good learning curve. And from beginners to pros, you can use it. I still use it to measure certain things when I'm creating. So even though I got the ZBrush now, definitely Mesh Mixer.
Mesh Mixer. Cool.
Yeah. And it's free.
And, yeah. And you can save that as any file you need to as your STL or whatever. OBJ.
STL, OBJs. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Export, import.
Now, see, for what I do, mine are just basically extruded 3D, extruded 2D. So I design all my stuff in Illustrator, and I make vectors of all of these. And then I take that vector and then I take it into, like, I do things too. I create a shadow of it and everything. And I basically create an enamel pin, if you will, a recessed area in these that I can paint in. And then I just take it over to Tinkercad and I extrude it out to about 6 mil with the inlay about 4 mil. So I got 2 mil of a recessed area that I then fill with paint. So that's my process.
That's ingenuity right there too, because it's nothing overly complex, but it's unique enough to.
I had to learn. I taught myself. It's trial and error. Yep. I took an Illustrator file. I threw it in Tinkercad. I learned Tinkercad within like a couple hours. Tried Fusion 360. That was way too complicated for what I needed it for. Right. So I went to Tinkercad. I extruded my little file. I did a little bit of research on Google on how to save the file as STLs. Put it into Tinkercad and played with it a little bit. And then again, it was all trial and error, figuring out how to make this. Nobody taught me how to make this except myself. So
self-taught's the best taught.
Yeah. How about you, Dante?
I use Tinkercad a lot, just because of the simplicity of it. Now there's the other one, the free one, Blender.
Blender's nice.
I'm still learning that because LinkedIn Learning. So
you're right. Okay.
They actually teach a course on like using Blender.
Smart. Yeah, smart.
So there's that. So Blender, I'm still getting used to, but I like Tinkercad. That's mostly where I design most of my stuff because I can kind of shape it to what I need to be.
Yeah.
A little bit easier for me, easier because that's the only one I really know how to shape in. I did use which is SketchUp for a little bit.
Mhm.
SketchUp wasn't too bad, but then they were like pricey. Like you started asking for money. But other than that, that's really about it. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the sculpting goes, I have ZBrush too. I just haven't had a chance to really dig into it a little bit. But then I know people have recommended, and I've used it a little bit. There's a free program called Nomad, and it's on Apple and Android. There's the free version will get you really far, and then if you pay for the additional features, you can just really just go to town. But I'm trying to learn that because I want to start working on like doing some head sculpts and stuff like that. You know, all kinds of little actual 3D modeling. So somebody recommended Nomad to me. I've been playing with it for a while. It's a really good tool as well. So if there's anyone out there that's looking again, Mesh Mixer, Nomad, there's a lot of different things out there. And YouTube University, guys, look it up, Google it, YouTube it. You'll learn how to use it.
Yeah. If you guys are on Instagram, check out Flashpoint Customs. He does really great.
Bro, Flashpoint, are you kidding me?
All of those are on Nomad.
Yeah. There was another dude I used to follow, and I forgot his name now because he disappeared. But he was in the UK, and he's the one that told me to start using Nomad. And he did great work. I forgot his name. Soul Reaver Customs. He was he disappeared, bro. I was chatting with him. We were like good chatting, and then vanished. But I know he had some personal things going on, so I hope all is well with him. But he's the one that told me he uses Nomad as well, and he had some great sculpts too. Everything from Spawn to he made a Carnage figure, Ultimate Carnage stuff, dope stuff.
I was gonna say, and then like the newest app, I just downloaded Polycam not too long ago, and I haven't really got a chance to use it for like 3D scanning. So I want to see like if I can.
You have a scanner?
That's supposed to do it with your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the app that you download and it's supposed to scan. You're supposed to be able to scan stuff in through it.
Okay.
So I haven't tested it out yet. I
mean, my Samsung has the app in it too, but it's not good. It's not.
Yeah.
I've tried scanning stuff in it.
even if just for scaling purposes, I think it's worth it. A lot of what I do, like fitting parts for like action figures, I do everything trial and error. I don't use any scans as a reference point. So it's like, damn, I gotta print this again and scale it down maybe like 10% to see if it fits. But with the scanner, real time sizing is
that's true, because scale is hard. I mean, if you saw, somebody mentioned, somebody hit me up and they're like, anyone know where we can find Pokeballs for sale? And I was like, I can do a Pokeball. So I said, yeah, let me give this a shot. But then I'm like, what's the scale? So I was like, all right, I'm just going to print it out in 8 mil, 9 mil, 10 mil, 11 mil and see which one just fits. But it's small enough. It only took an hour to print, right? So, but if you're trying to do a whole sword or something, you're trying to do something like a Warhammer, you know what I'm saying? Like that could take 3 or 4 hours and then offer to be off a little bit and it just doesn't look right, Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people say use calipers. I'm like, look, I'm not good at measuring. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not good at measuring stuff. Like you tell me about calipers all day, but I'm like, I don't use those because I'm not good at that measurement anymore. And the funny thing is, I should be, because I did take technical drafting in high school.
Me too.
So I should be good at measuring, but I'm not the greatest at measuring. You give me something like, hey, it's supposed to be 7 inches or 6. Okay, cool. I can work with that.
Yeah, I mean, and we're trying to have fun, not do math. Like, give me a break.
That's the other thing I think with being a 3D printer, you learn the metric scale really fast. Kilograms, millimeters, right? And I'm like, damn, this is kind of easy now. Like, oh, I can figure a millimeter out now.
Right.
You start using your fingers as this looks like about a decimeter. Let me just
yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, 10 millimeters, that's a centimeter, and you start figuring it all out and the conversion into inches, and then I got like the app on my phone, millimeters to inches, and I'm trying to figure that all out. Yeah,
exactly. Go figure. Dill says, "What up? Someone say printing." Yes, always. Toy Chase says, I would love to get into 3D printing. I'm just worried to get started. Well, that's where we're here to help you with.
That's it, man. Toy Chase. Dude, I've gotten at least 3 or 4 people into 3D printing, all starting with FDM, with Ender 3 Pros. I've gotten one person started with a resin printer. So we're here for you. We're here. You want to get into it? We're here. The community is open. Like,
Yep.
You don't get a lot of people that are just going to we're not going to tell you all of our secrets, but we're going to get you started. You know, like I've had people come to me and ask me how I make my signs, and then what program do I use to use my signs, and then I help them actually figure it all out. And then they start getting into it like, oh, what do you use? What paints? Right. So now they're starting to ask too many questions. Right. And I'm like, all right, listen, like, I'm not trying to get dethroned here. Right. So,
Exactly.
you know, I had to learn some things myself. I'm going to let you learn a few things on your own too, you know?
Learn from our mistakes, but make some of your own too.
Exactly. I'm glad to get you started, but, you know, follow your own path once you're started.
Young grasshopper.
Yeah,
And if you go to the Affinity Equation Instagram page, there is a link tree that shows like printers that you can get started with. So there's a list.
Yeah.
So if you guys know any more that I can add to that list, please let me know and I'll add them on that list. But there is a list of starter printers that are good for like FDM and resin printers.
Cool. I'll tell you, I don't know if any other FDM printer. I mean, I know they're out there, but if you're looking for a $200 printer, an Ender 3 Pro for $200 to get you started and get your feet wet and see if this is for you or not, you can't get wrong on that investment, honestly.
You know what?
Guys, just a crazy sale too recently. I think they ended on like a 9th, but Micro Center had the $100 coupon on the Ender 3 Pro.
I think that's forever. I don't even know if that ends. They just keep looping it around. So you just, Brian Almeida, the Duarte, he got what, like 30? He said he just keeps adding. He just makes a new email address. He's got like 37 Ender 3 Pros, bro, because he just keeps going back and gets them for $100, bro. So
he's like the Smaug of 3D printing. Like he's like this big dragon, just purchases on all these 3D printers and hoards.
Yeah, it just hoards them all. And you know, sometimes you got to pirate, you know, cannibalize one for the other to get parts. You know, so
that's what it's good for, man.
You know.
Exactly. High School Creations there says, "Yo, what's up, guys?" And if you haven't checked out High School Creations, new Kickstarter is going to be shooting off. Please go check him out. I can't wait. Hopefully, we can get him on before when the Kickstarters get going, like right at the beginning of it, because I would love to have you on, Mike.
Modular dios, guys. Yes. Modular dios. That's 2 words. That's all you got. That's all you got to hear.
Yes, I think, I don't think you have a problem. Whatever your starting goal is, I think you surpass it and more. So I'm hoping for the best. I wish you all, because I will be in it. Hopefully, Savage Crucible won't be taking all my money away from me.
Dude, Savage Crucible is going to take all my money.
Crazy Kickstarter with that one. Oh my
god.
But he said he's running his first print on a Mega 8K. I see you just got that. I didn't get to watch the video yet, but I did see you just got the 8K. Was it the Photon? I think it was the Photon. He said he's got
the Mega. I think I think that's an Anycubic. Yeah.
I seen reviews on it. It was like everybody's kind of like up and down on it. So I was like, I was like, I don't know. So I'll see how he likes it. Agent Vera says, I'll leave the printing to you guys. There's no way I'm dealing with all those wolves with all the stuff I need to deal with. Toy Chase says this is the best pregame show there is. Thank you.
That's what's up.
Appreciate that.
Go Figure Go says stuck to the FEP. Yeah, always. One small thing can destroy an FEP. Disavow says, hey fellas, what's going on, Disavow?
Wow.
Dom says lobster ravioli doesn't miss.
As I told you, I know he knows his stuff. You don't have a name like that and not be a good pasta maker.
Exactly. Happy Accent says yo. Sam Rock, how you doing? Strider says Blender, great free 3D software. Yes, definitely. Check it out. Happy says cool topic. I'll catch a replay. Got a balanced piece, y'all. Have a good one, Happy. Agent Variant says, hey DBlakes, if I were to send you an Illustrator file, would you be able to create my logo into one of the signs? Thanks.
I probably could, AV. We'll talk. Honestly, like I draw everything myself. So if you've got an Illustrator file, it'll just make my life a lot easier. So
there you go. But
we'll chat. We have a whole like Jersey chat going on, and everybody like from North Jersey is, so we're all up in there. So Agent, you're in there, we'll chat.
No Chewing says, love you guys. Thanks for all the software recommendations. I want to give it a go. There you go.
Yeah, man. Glad to help, No Chewing.
Go figure. Go says scanners are getting cheaper. I've seen a nice for 3,500. Yeah,
I like how that's cheap.
To me.
That's cheap to Miguel. That's cheap to Go Figure Go. Oh, they're getting cheap now. Only $3,500 now.
Yeah, like I seen them. Like I think like Instagram keeps shooting me with that like one advertisement like for Revo Point.
Yes,
like,
yeah. Like, that's the one that they're scanning a car with, right?
Yeah,
I just saw that like an hour ago.
Like, I can't afford this. Like, you can't send me this. I can't afford this.
Go figure.
Right. Like, it looks good, but like, I can't afford something like this. Like, you're marketing to the wrong broke person. Okay.
Right.
Maybe if this
like 500-ish, I'll jump into that.
Yeah,
500 to 1,000. Yeah,
like I almost want to go in with somebody. Like I want to reach out and be like, "Yo, you guys want to go in on a scanner and we can just like trade it off." You know what I'm saying? Because for as much as we're really going to use it, right? If we can go in together with somebody that's local enough that we can just like within an hour and say, "Hey, yo, can I borrow the scanner this weekend? Let's meet up halfway and we can trade off the scanner to each other." You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we should be doing as creators, especially if you're local enough. Like. Help each other out, you know?
Oh yeah, like absolutely.
See, nice.
If you break it though, if you're the one that broke it,
you buy it. Yeah.
That's why I don't let my neighbors don't borrow my tools, you know. I let my neighbor borrow my chainsaw, it comes back, the fuel filter's broken off. So, you know, that's why we gotta make sure you know, we're careful though. I trust you guys. So
I appreciate it. We got a super chat from Go Figure Go says classes in session. Stay tuned in. Thank you for the super chat very much. White G says I did the Vox Lab Aquila. It's a lot of the same in our 3 parts and specs. I've heard of them. I didn't really look into them. I'm not. Really
I never heard of them. I've heard of Vox Lab, but I'm not too familiar with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds very
super cool. You're right. The Frozen Mega AK is frozen. The Mega AK is a frozen machine.
Yes.
Yeah. Not any cubic, not photon.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, I was asking somebody else who does like 3D printing on it, like doing AK. They were like, it was okay. It wasn't like the greatest.
As far as the jump in quality.
Yeah, it was like the quality. They said it was not like really.
Well, you know, it's like they almost put 6K. Like I got the Anycubic Mono X. It's a 4K machine, and then like as soon as I got that, the 6K came out. Like months later. I'm like, if I waited, you know. But then now they're pumping out the 8Ks, but I don't feel like a lot of people are doing 6K right now. Like it's almost like there wasn't a lot of 6K machines, and they're just trying to get better and better before fixing the hardware, fixing the things that were wrong in the previous version. They're just trying to get out too quick and get smaller screens going, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think the improvements are as drastic from, let's say, 4K to 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was the first Mars, and when I got the Mars 2, I noticed a significant difference. And from a Mars 2 to a Saturn, I was like, oh my gosh, night and day. But with the new ones coming out, great improvements, but I didn't see the need to decommission
for what you're making, right? You also have to think about what you're printing. What do you want to make? Like people ask me all the time, and they're not all the time, but a couple people ask me. They're like, what kind of printer should I get? Well, what do you want to make? You know, exactly. I need to know what you want to make in order to know what kind of printer you want. Do you want, are you trying to make car parts? You know, there are people that print Lamborghinis on a 3D printer, right? Full size. I'm not talking to. There are people out there that have printed full-sized Lamborghinis. Okay, like the parts. It's out there. It's crazy. There's a dude right now. He just did a full-size Master Chief and a full-size Arbiter. Right. So, what do you want to print? You're not going to get that on a resin printer. You're not going to get that on the Ender 3, right? So you got to think about what you want to print. What is your end goal, right? If you're just trying to get started, there's starter machines. But if your end game is something else, you got to think about that in the long run, because these things aren't cheap. I'd save my money for a higher end machine to get to the end goal of what I'm looking at, and I can learn on that higher end machine instead of starting off a smaller machine and then get that high end machine and everything's different now. And you kind of have to relearn everything anyway. The software, if you're not in the same family of printers, same company, their software is going to be different. Their files different. The Photon Mono X has a specific code, a specific file extension that you can't. It's not like STL. It's not like it's a specific file extension that's 4XK, whatever, that only works on that machine. So,
Really?
yeah, it's pain in the ass.
Because I have the Creality and I have the two Elegoo's and I have also the longer orange, which the longer orange uses its own like you're saying, like in that case, like uses its own software all around all together. Like it's like, hey, you got to download this, but you can use it in ChittyBox, but
and you also, again, same thing with the NEQ. You have to use their slicer, right? Because their slicers for their machine. And I think you can use. There's another slicer out there you can use, but why would I bother if just use what they give you?
Right.
Exactly.
But I will say to kind of play devil's advocate there. For instance, ChittyBox, right? Within their upgrade system, I've come across a lot of issues with our slices. Things just not working. So I would toggle between that and Lychee, and I would get really good results with Lychee. So, and recently we just added FDM to their library. So, it's a catch-all. But for anybody who wants to just dabble, try a few different softwares to see what works. I'm using a MacBook, so that might be why I'm having so many issues with ChittyBox
Right.
and the upgrades.
I think that was an issue, like with the Macs and ChittyBox, because it was something. Because once again, watching Uncle Jesse, like he was doing it on his, because I think he uses a Mac as well for both, and he was trying to see like which one was a little bit better, like Lychee or ChittyBox. I can't say it. I'm tongue tied at halftime. But yeah, I think there's a little bit issue with the Macs with that program.
Makes sense.
Well, if he just says it's starting off at 150, that's not bad for the Aquila Voxlab. It's not too bad.
Pretty good.
I gotta see how like the quality of it though. That's the thing. Like, is it printing out good quality stuff? Super Cool says, "Yay! Now subscribe." Thank you, Super Cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, man.
Said I thought the Make AK is from Frozen. Yes, I was wrong. You correct. Thank you.
You're wrong, Dante. You're wrong.
I'm always wrong. So halftime, just y'all get used to it. I'm halftime. I'm always wrong. Go Figure Go now has a layaway. Hit me up. No, layaway went away with Walmart.
I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah.
Right. Layaway.
80s baby says, what it do, baby? Go foosball, yay team.
Sports ball, yeah. I said to Dario, I said in our chat, I said something like, y'all can come hang out with us for the pregame because how many of us are actually gonna be watching football anyway? Yeah. Nobody wants to watch the Eagles win another Super Bowl.
Well, where I work at, it's gonna be big, so I got to stop. I gotta kind of support the team. So I was like, all right. I respect the Eagles, but I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan. So,
okay.
So you must
respect right. I mean, I can't. I just like I feel they like. How do you feel every year? Like same way I feel every year. It's just sadness. Bearded Bill says, "Let's go, baby." Super Cool says, I use AK for my Lobo heads for McFarlane, but not Mega. The Mega isn't meant for details. You get it about 22 microns of details for a resin bath printer. Resin will always be better than the filament. For head sculpts, yes.
Way too detailed for me.
You're right.
I just was talking about metric. He's going microns. Like,
nanomicrons.
Right.
Go Figure Go says invest, baby, invest. Yeah, we may have to. Super Cool says Frozen is compared to Formlabs on average tested. Good footable version. Stratton says the 3D printing I want print is custom heads upgrade for my figures. Well, now that you mentioned that too, I've subscribed to Don Man Art's Patreon. So if you do want some of his heads that he makes, you get me up. I'm allowed to.
Who's that now?
Don Man Art.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah. So I can sell his prints. So if you are looking for any of those head sculpts that he puts out, I know he just put out the Spider-Man zombie one, which I'm definitely have to print that one out. Yeah. But I was like, yo, when before like the zombie Wanda and Iron Man came out, he had already did zombie heads for them before like they even announced for like the what if.
Nice.
I mean, I was like, if you have a 3D printer or you know somebody you can buy prints from, that's the best way to do it. Like that now that gives you like 3 different head sculpts with it.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
So,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking right now. I'm trying to find someone that has a Guy Fieri head sculpt. I'm gonna have to commission it somewhere because.
So you can put on that Toy Story body.
Yeah.
my buddy's been asking me for a Guy Fieri head sculpt, and I'm like, I'm not that good yet, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna find one somewhere, you know.
That's a unique request.
Well, you know what it is? He does like conventions, right? And he's an artist, right? So he does a lot of glow in the dark paint, but he also sells magnets, and he makes magnets out of resin and like glow in the dark magnets, whatever. And I've printed out some stuff for him. Like I printed out a what was it? Trying to think. What was the face? Alice Cooper. One of those faces. I found a head sculpt for him and I printed it out. And then he does things to it, like he makes it into a kiss face, or he makes it into like he puts the makeup on it. So you know he'll take a Guy Fieri and he'll zombify it, or he'll put a kiss. You know, do a whole set of kiss faces on Guy Fieri's and stuff. So it's really fun. It's really fun the stuff he does. So that's why I've been looking for a Guy Fieri sculpt that I can print out some magnets for him, some molds.
I see that because that's what I'll do if I had it. Once I got the Toy Story guy, put it right on his body.
That's actually a really good idea. Like, I don't know if I'd ever change it because he's just too much Ernie from the Toy Migos. Like that's
exactly.
Bro, that is the definitive Ernie figure, Fallen Fett figure. You can't get better than that. Like I'm gonna make a Fallen Fett hat for that figure. If nobody else does, I will make that hat for him.
Yeah,
but yeah, Guy Fieri would be good on that figure as well. Now you mentioned it.
Yeah, put the little hat on him. He'd be like,
right.
Back at you here, like, and then show him like ripping open the box, like pieces flying everywhere.
Awesome.
Go Figure says that was the M1 update from Apple that messed up the drivers for the shoebox.
Yeah, man. It sent me for a whirl. I was highly upset. I couldn't get anything sliced.
Yeah,
like I jumped on it real quick.
This is why I don't fool Max. It's just why I don't
fool
Max.
Keep it simple.
Johnny says this is a Goon Squad or the Science Patrol. A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. The Goon Science Squad.
Science. Yeah, Goon Science. Don says Guy Fieri head sculpt for 3D printed ravioli making figure.
That's what's up. There's a woman on here, and I shared her with one of my. She makes these mini, like just the tiniest little things. Everything from like milk jugs to cinnamon buns, and everything's like 1/12 scale. And she does it all. She does it all. I think out of polymer clay, charcuterie boards. You name it, and it's so amazing the detail this woman does. And it's not even like for action figures. It's just she makes these little mini scenes. And I sent them to like Machu Toy and those guys, and like Steve Evans, and they're like, this stuff is amazing. And I was like, yeah, like we got to figure out how to get her into the toy community, because she's the stuff she makes will open a world of action figure photography pieces.
There's there's another woman that I started following on YouTube. She makes these like awesome dioramas. She did one like of like the clone troopers. Like she printed up the heads and she was painting them like and they were all sitting on like little pikes. I was like,
oh yeah,
like she did, like it was fantastic. I have to find her for the next episode and get their name, but she was amazing. Like she's freaking fantastic. Like what she was doing, like. And she doesn't do like just like science. She does everything.
Everything, right? Yeah.
She's amazing.
Like there's so many, I know future shows we want to have guests on and stuff like that. But there's so many great guests. And for us we're only doing this once a month, man. Like I can name 12 off for the next year like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a tough list for us to pare down, because Steph, you've got people in your crowd, I've got people in my crowd, Dante, you got people in your crowd that I know that we all cross mingle, and Like there's some people that we all know, but then there's some people that just like I chill with. There's some people that just Steph chills with. So like I know that they're out there, and like it's gonna be tough to really get people into, you know, get our guests booked, man, because so many talented people out there that really just take creating to the takes collecting to the next level.
Definitely. Oh, look who's
speaking of one of them,
right? Trevor, 1-6 shooter. He's like, look at this crew.
What's going on?
Trevor, did you see what I made for you?
The one man that does everything.
This is for Trevor brought this up in one of our chats. I don't even remember where we were talking about it. And he's like, dude, Pulp Fiction. I need a Pulp Fiction sign. And I was like, I could do that. So
Trevor, we still need to get our coffee too.
Say what again, my friend?
Double D.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh man, this is nice, man. Yeah, that's it. I forgot you wanted another one, but I don't remember what it was. I have to go back and look at our chats.
Your boy's got toy says, oh shit, I'm in between two streams right now. Nice. Well, I'm glad you watched it.
Bro, I've done it. I've done it before. You know, like I'll be watching Kevin on Thursdays, toying around, and he just runs. You know, he starts at 9, and then Toymigo starts at 11:15. So like I'll be on my phone watching Kevin, and I put on my TV or my tablet watching Toymigo, and I'm like, I can't keep up. You can't.
Right. You
can't follow. Like you watch a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know. But then you got to rewind a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Lord of the Rings. That's it. I got you, Trevor.
Oh, there you go. Man, Beast Boy says D Blake staring at my Wolverine. Great, you made my alias.
Appreciate that, man.
Oh, Strat. Thank you for the super chat, Strat. I appreciate it very much. Says thank you for the advice, everyone. But no one is making custom heads of anime/video game or upgrade/repair imports. Is why I'm interested in 3D printing myself. Well,
there are. So, there are a few out there. Go on, Steph.
Interestingly enough, so Stratton, I'm planning to make anime heads, not for Figma or SHF per se, but for 112 specifically. I think that's a niche that doesn't quite exist yet. And I'm a big anime fan. You know, I literally was watching anime before I jumped on the show. Kind of catch episodes of MJ. But yeah, you know, if you got a request or a suggestion, you know, definitely hit me up. You know,
there's something you're looking for, Striding. Like, yeah, just reach out. Just reach out. Like, not something that I do, but we know people. You know, like we know everybody. And if Steph's working on it or some Steph can make, that's awesome. There are guys out there that are doing repair kits. Like, I have an SHF that I got a while ago, and then one of those joints broke. And I tried making it out of acrylic, and then I got 3D printer, and so like I modeled the little joint, and I printed out myself, and snapped right in. Yeah. So they're out there. There are people selling kits. I've seen them. I've seen SHF joint kits that people sell. So they're out there. Just reach out, and we'll find them. You know, it's a network. We're a network. You know, and we're here to help everybody out.
And I don't mind doing it because I have no problem like making it remodeling for you. If something breaks, I don't have no problem with doing that because, like, I don't know. I'm here. I'm open for you. And if I can't do it, I know somebody who definitely can do it for you.
That's it.
MacGyver's our stepdad.
They, I saw some people complaining about that new Conan. The bicep and elbow are kind of jacked up on him. So, yeah.
Mine was okay, but
I've heard of several people having some issues with the bicep, being locked up, and even after heating it up, they had to go in there with like a little small screwdriver and kind of break it up a little bit to get it to move.
Bishop was hurting too. A lot of bishops were.
Yeah.
That's weird because I didn't have any, like those two. I didn't have like the bicep on Conan. Yes, I didn't heat it up, and it's when I started twisting it, like it started moving around.
You got a good pop.
Yeah. Bishop, I didn't have any issues with.
Yeah, I got two bishops. Both mine were fine, but I wonder if it's either a batch or a temperature thing, or regional. But,
Man, what happened to the days of just opening your box? Like, my favorite part of opening up a figure was cracking all the parts. Right?
Exactly.
When I got like a McFarlane or I got a new figure, first thing I did, thigh swivel, ankle, click, click, click. elbow click, click. That was the best to click the pieces. And now you click it and the whole thing just comes apart in your hand. It's
so Damien. So I'm going to tell you a little secret. We don't mention that dude on this show, McFarley.
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
He lies. He's a cheat. He skates you out of your money, sir.
Just because he's smart and he's laughing all the way to the bank by selling you the same figure with just a different head on it.
Exactly. Just like he
think about
all the
it.
way bank with that Kickstarter.
Let's talk about the Kickstarter.
They're still in the box. Mine are still in the box. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, but they're still in the box. But yeah, man, like if you think about it, right? You get a figure with two heads. You get a figure that has an extra head in its box, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to just swap out the heads that you want, whatever. But what you really want is another figure to put that head on, right? Yeah. So McFarlane said, well, I'm not just going to give you a second head. I'm just going to sell you a whole nother figure because that's what you really want.
Look at the articulation. Look at it. It's good. Cool toy.
No.
That I'll never understand. I'll never understand how the same figure, one has a thigh swivel and the other doesn't. Make a standard. He needs a standard. Let's not go on a tangent. Okay, let's
so this about say this about like, oh no, this is a real tiny Mac.
Reel it back.
Scale. Dom said my Conan arm was locked up, but after taking it apart and putting it back together, it was fine. My bishop was tight at first, but a week later he was fine. No mods needed.
Yep. It's just some are better than others. Some people have issues, some people don't. I know I've had issues with figures other people haven't, and I've not had issues with some figures other people have as well. So, like you said, Steph, it might just be a run. It just might be one of the last batches. Where the tooling kind of got worn down a little bit, so the pieces got stuck together, or the paint. We don't always mix up our paints between applications, and it gets a little goopy towards the end. So
yeah,
right.
Toy Chase said, "What you want? What you really want?"
Yo, I'll tell you what I want.
Avenger 78 says, Dante, we finally got our Conans. Yes, we got our second Conans. I'm super excited. I was happy to have to wait as long as the first one, which is good.
I really wish I got that first version.
That first version is the truth, and that's what I was trying to do last night but I was just too tired to clean out all the printers. I think because you were live last night, and I was saying like I was going to try and print.
You were hanging out. I know you were hanging out live. Yeah, I was distracting you.
No, you're fine. No, it wasn't you. Like I said, like when you're cleaning out 3 different printers, it's a lot to do with resin. Like you're draining it, you're spraying it down, you're alcoholing it down, wiping it down. Because
alcohol spray bottle.
So, and you know what? Now that we bring
this up, so many paper towels.
Oh yeah, I don't use the paper, like microfiber cloths.
Yeah,
I remember those just as fast.
What's your question?
So on my Saturn 2, when I print my King thrones, it starts like almost like feeding through the FEP. And it gets like, it's not like it's almost on the screen. It seeps through like the FEP and onto the screen itself, which is really weird. That's the only thing that I've ever seen where I printed that if I print like too many of them after another, it starts like almost like printing on the screen itself. Like it's going through the FEP and printing on the screen. Have you ever seen that before?
Are you getting resin on the other side of your vat? Like
no, it's not resin. It's like it's almost imprinting itself on the screen, but I can wipe it away. But it's almost like imprinting.
It's almost like burn-in.
Almost,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
like a burn-in image.
Like a preformed butt mark on a couch, almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the older plasma TVs. If you left the TV on too long, you get that burn-in for a minute.
Exactly. Yeah. But I can wipe it away. It's easy to wipe it away, with some alcohol.
So it wipes away.
Right.
So it's some kind of I don't know. It's an after image, I guess. That's what Go Figure Go is saying. After image. Yeah. That's weird.
I would attribute that to suction. A lot of times when the suction is strong enough, it'll actually draw that in, and the imprint will be that much more pronounced.
Okay.
I usually
Go Figure Go says your FEP is weak. You have to re-level apparently.
I re-level each time. That's the crazy part.
You
about it.
re-leveled, bro? I don't remember the last time I had to re-level my resin printer.
Well, I re-level after like maybe like
I
after.
level out of paranoia. I get scared and
Out of paranoia, right?
No,
if I get a failed print, like if I get a bad print, then I'll kind of re-level it and be like, maybe that was it, you know.
Or when I put the new resin in, like after I clean everything, I re-level it and then put resin.
Yeah, if you've got everything apart, if you've got everything apart already, it's might as well. But
right,
that's only 2 times. Sound when the bed is descending into the resin and you're waiting to hear that vibration. You don't want to hear.
Yeah, that's pushing. Yeah,
I hate that. Yo, that's scary. At one time, I'm like, what is wrong with this dang blasted printer? I'm sitting there like, okay.
Then you hit the stop button. Stop.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're freaking out.
Yeah.
Well, Dante, you just had to change your screen on your one printer like a month or two ago, right? You were changing that screen out.
Yeah, because of the cank thorns, because it's like burning into like the FEP.
Yeah.
Like if I do like two, if I do one and then another one, it like,
and that's on the printer that you just changed the screen on, that you recently changed the screen. It's almost like your new screen is like overpowered or something, like it's strong.
But that's why I had to change the screen, because it was burning itself into like I didn't notice until like I took the vat off and I was like, oh snap, like it was like already imprinted on there.
Right. And it'll push you eventually at that point.
Go figure. Go. Who's forgotten to put the screws back on their vat, bro? I came back to my print and my whole vat was up in the air. I was like, oh, and like I was so afraid to touch it because all the resin was gonna pour out of it, bro. Oh my god, bro.
I did that one time too. I was like, oh, stop. No.
I just came back like 4 hours later because it said it was gonna take 4 hours. I was like, peace. And I came back and I was like, I look up and it's up in the thing. I was like, yo, that scared me. That was the only time I think I ever forgot to put my screws in.
Sometimes the printer will actually print and it'll be like slanted and sloped and just more of the nightmare.
Yes. There was one time I forgot what I did. I forgot what I did wrong, but it was like resin was pouring all over the place. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you serious? So I had to clean off the printer. I'm like, and that was night too.
When I got my printer, the first I had just gotten it. I was like, all right, and I got it all set up, right, level, blah blah blah, and then I printed. There was a pinhole in the FEP, and I got resin on my screen, cured to the screen on my first print ever, on the test print, on that test cube that they give you. I ran the test, and then I was like, what is this? And there was a pinhole in the FEP when I first got it, and man, that like really took the wind out of my sails. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I just got this thing. I paid like $600 for this printer. I just got it in my first print. I got resin on the screen, and I'm just trying to peel it off without ruining the screen. And I got it eventually, but that was very disheartening.
I will say this: Elegoo has great customer service, hands down. Because when that LCD screen got messed up, I was like, look, this happened. I just got the printer in August. They're like, no problem. We'll send you another screen. Right?
Nice.
What? Word? Like, I didn't have to explain anything to them. They were like, yo, we got you.
We got you, fam.
Yeah, I was like,
when I bought my Mars 2, at the time there was no replacement LCDs for that model. So I'm like, well, Elegoo, what am I gonna do? They're like, no problem. I feel like it's like a little old lady on the other side. She's like, I got you. Don't worry about
it.
Right. and then they send me one. I'm like, this is great. I should break these things more often.
Right, yo,
and that makes you want to buy from them more too. When they take care of you, it makes you want to stay in that family of line of printers and stuff because they take care of you.
Yeah. I'm on my 5th Elegoo printer, and at the Cure Station, it's all Elegoo across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Toy Chase, don't be. He says now you know why I'm scared to death to buy one. No,
right.
This is just stuff that we've done already.
That's the thing
that you forget. It's just stuff that you forget. And sometimes you make mistakes. It happens.
That's it. It happens, and learn from our mistakes.
Exactly.
That's why we have this stream. This is why Dante created this, and this is for you guys to learn from our mistakes.
Exactly.
do's and the don'ts of the 3Ds.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dude, that was the greatest, Steph. You coined that, and that was the greatest observation. Is that the 3Ds talking about 3D printing?
Yeah.
That was great, bro. That was all you. That was really good.
Go Figure says, yep, I only deal with Elegoo now. They've been amazing. This is the learning curve. Yeah, there's especially resin printing. FDM, there is a little bit of a learning curve with it, but it's just for like if you're getting into it, you want something just simple that's going to print out. Because once the head goes out, you got to start changing millimeters.
That's why they say, a lot of people go with the Prusas because Prusa right out the box is ready to go.
Yep.
But you pay for that. Like you will pay for that. But NJ Tree was a Prusa guy. He's he said, I took it out of the box. I never touched it. I hit print. I was like, wow.
I wish it was that easy. So,
I'll tell you what, though, it's rewarding. It's, the first time I ever printed something, and then I showed my wife, and she's like, you made this? I was like, yeah. She goes, this didn't exist in the world until you made that. I was like, isn't that a mind F right now? Like,
Yeah, it's such a good feeling too, when you're able to channel your creative energies and make something and it comes out exactly the way you envisioned it.
Mm-hmm.
What's even better when you try to explain to somebody like what is 3D print? So it's like when you make a design and it prints it out. Like
I send people time lapse videos. I find people that do like time lapses, 3D print time lapses, and I'll send that to them and be like, this is 3D printing. Instead of trying to explain to them that it's like a hot glue gun that you put the plastic in and it does it layer by layer and makes it up and builds it up. No, just send them a time lapse. This is what it does.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing. Yeah, I might start doing it now. But real quick, I did want to share everybody. So if you do have a resin printer, you might want to invest in this. This is a UV light, the big boy. It's a little bit of
turn it on.
That's not plugged in yet. Plus, I'm running out of plugs on this side. But yeah, I'm sure it's pretty bright. But this is for like if you have something big that you're printing out, and it'll cure it pretty fast.
Yeah, that's a big light. That's a spotlight.
Exactly.
That's gonna cure. Like I said to you, that'll cure cancer. That's a cure all. That doesn't just cure resin. That will cure whatever ails you.
Yeah.
Takes care of your vampire problem too.
Right. And if you want to toughen up your resin,
kill vampires. Right, that's it.
Oh yeah. I'm going to start blading. I was watching Simpsons today, and they were doing the Treehouse of Horrors. And Homer turned into the vampire at the beginning, and you see Carl put his sunglasses on, take his jacket off, and he becomes Blade. And he takes his sword like, yes,
so good.
But also, if you want to toughen up your gray resin, this right here, mix this in, shake it up. This will toughen it up. This will make it even, give it more toughness. Or you can just use it by itself if you want to.
Now that stuff, does that? I know we've talked about it internally, but let's bring it out to everybody else. That gives it a flex, or that makes it more rigid. Because I know I've dropped some stuff that I've resin printed and it will crack. Will that give it a little bit more of a flex and prevent that from cracking?
Yes.
It's a impact resistance augmenter. Like it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
All right.
It's residual elasticity, but you get all the strength of potential strength that you require for 3 seconds. Really good.
Yeah, I would just highly suggest mixing it because this is like $45 a bottle for this. So
that's like an additive, right? Like you just add that to your existing resin.
Yeah, you can use it as an additive, or use
it on its own. Yeah. You can use it on its own, but for the price, it's just as easy to just add it to your existing resin.
Yeah, for that price, you might go ahead and add it. And it works with like I use the Anycubic gray resin, so it does work with that pretty well.
Cool.
It's kind of like you got a little bit of Kool-Aid, but you don't got quite enough, and you kind of die.
Exactly.
Or you add a little sugar. You add a little sugar to it, or you added too much water. Yeah. It's like
These
when you
more
get to that bottom of the Kool-Aid and it says makes 2 liters, but you only got like a liter and a half left worth. And you're like,
Yeah.
how much will this make? I don't know. So you fill the jug up to 2 liters, you pour what's left, you're like, all right, I'll just supplement some sugar in there.
Yeah, just pour more sugar. That fixes it all coolly. Just pour more sugar in.
So Trevor asks, do you think a dedicated curer is necessary or easier or better, like the Elugu curer? So in my experience, I could not justify buying the dedicated wash and cure machine. So what I do is I just scrub it. I just scrub my prints off with some 90 proof alcohol, and I scrub it like with a dishwashing scrubber brush in like a Rubbermaid vat. I dunk it, I scrub it, and then I actually got some foam board with some aluminum foil and some UV lights off of Amazon. Made my own little cure box, and so all in, I think I was in like maybe $15 to $20 max to make my cure when the dedicated wash and cure machine was over $200, $250. So that's my personal experience.
Right. So I guess for me, I did the same thing as Damien, and built my own station. But I ended up picking up. It's actually right behind me, the yellow container. That's the dedicated wash and cure. I found that my volume was getting to the point where I needed more curing power. So I was running my own homemade cure station in addition to that. So if you're running small range parts, definitely don't go break the bank and spend hundreds of dollars on a wash and cure station unless you're running high volume shop or something like that, and you're pumping out all these parts, and you just need the consistency. Because what I found is that my own wash and cure station, the home built one, wasn't as effective.
Thorough, yeah.
Contained like the Elegoo Mercury. It's pretty darn good. But what you will find is that even with that, it doesn't address volume issues. So you can combine both, but if you're doing a small run, build your own. It's cheap enough.
Right.
Cheap enough. You can also
it's
getting stations and pretty good.
Yeah, if you've got a lot of turnaround, I guess it would be beneficial for you to just kind of like set it and forget it, right? Just hit it, and then you can let that run do its thing while you go and do something else, right? So you're not sitting there like me, and I'm sitting there like scrubbing my print off, and then I'm rinsing off the alcohol, and then I'm curing it. It's time consuming. It is, but for my volume, like you said, volume, it's
It works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, go figure. Go. Yeah, he brought up a good point. With the Elegoo Mercury, you don't want to have to run maintenance, but I end up running a lot of maintenance. I have to clean it out, and
that's what Dante's gonna segue into right now, I think, right?
Yeah, because like it's cool. So the reason why I only had the watch and cure station, because I think it was because of High School Creations, like said like they were having a promotion. Creality was having that promotion where you got like the FDM printer, the resin printer, and a wash and cure station for like $500. So I was like, that's a no brainer. You got to get like that. I have to do that. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't. It might be like three. No, it might be a little bit less, like $300 to $400. But I learned over time, like that wash part. Yeah, you got to clean it out because yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't put the bottom part back in, so now it's just useless.
Yeah.
So I just have a bucket and a spray bottle full of alcohol, and I just spray that bad boy down and just like kind of wipe it in there and spray it down. That's the best I do right now. And then I use like a UV pen to cure everything kind of now, or I just leave it. Most times, what I do is just leave it out to dry, just like cure and just by itself. Like without any UV, I'll just let it sit there and just dry out.
You ever try? Now, I haven't done it personally, but I've read some people like put it outside to cure, like from the sunlight. But I heard that can make it brittle.
Yeah, it's true. I've done that, and I've left it out too long, and it over cures, and it just crumbles. It's
wow,
really bad.
So this is one I did not heard. I heard just recently. I was talking to a gentleman on Facebook, Wu Long. I think it's Wu Long Toys. He does a lot of 3D printing, and he was showing the difference between putting it in a microwave as well. Yeah, I did. I would never thought of that.
Me and Steph both like heard that dog too, huh? Okay.
I was like, put it in a microwave, like, and it was just weird. I was like, who puts it like I would never thought of putting it in the microwave.
Yeah, that's very.
The same microwave, hot pockets
Yeah,
microwave.
right. Your hot pocket.
Yeah.
I think you would want to use a dedicated microwave, though.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. But he had like he listed like all the time, like the times that he left it in there, like between the microwave and I forget the other way he did it. But I was just like, how's it really work in a microwave? Like I was curious. Like I never heard anybody put a resin print in a microwave.
I wonder if Uncle Jesse's covered this, because that's something that seems like something he would do. You know, Uncle Jesse tries all these weird things. So
I haven't seen a video yet saying that he's put it in
I think we should suggest it. I think we should that. Hey, if it works, the world needs to hear about it.
Oh my god!
Because I was tempted.
Breaking news. Yeah, I'll go buy a $40 microwave right now if that's.
I have an extra one I could use. I'm tempted like to really like try it. I'm like, man, like I'm really tempted to sit here and really try this like, microwave trick. Like, see if this really works. Because, like,
I wonder they come out all hot, like you can't touch it, like like a hot pocket.
That's the thing. Yeah. And like, I'll probably leave it in there for maybe like 40 seconds,
right?
See how it works. Because like,
what you got to do though, I feel like what you got to do for that. Again, this goes back to trial and error, right? I feel like you have to print out a whole bunch of sticks, just like sticks, like whatever you want to call, like spears, maybe, right? A bunch of spears, right? And then after you wash them, cure one for 10 seconds, cure one for 20, cure one for 34, and then kind of feel how each one is until you find that sweet spot. And then that's kind of like, but is that relative to size? Are you going to, can you
definitely
like a 7, if you print out a statue, is that going to take 2 minutes to cure in a microwave, or will that still take 20 seconds?
Right, because just microwave theory, you're exciting water molecules here, so it's like volume, density, all of these things play a factor in how these things behave. But I'm still trying to wrap my mind
how that works, right? How is that going to cure the resin?
You gotta wear like a bomb-proof suit just to get this thing going, because
yeah, I wouldn't want to be in the hit the button and run away. Like
I don't know,
it's gonna pop.
I would think because like it's heating up, maybe. Or like the waves that the waves that are hitting it or curing it.
Right.
Very interesting. I wonder if you just took like a little blob of liquid resin,
right,
and put it in, like, would that cure? Would that harden in a microwave?
That'd be a good test. That'd be a really good test.
That's really a good test for it, because all curing is doing is adding the extra UV that your printer is not giving it, basically, right? So in theory, I mean, you can take resin outside and put it on outside, and the sun should cure it, right? Because it's UV resin. So if that's the case, a microwave should do the same thing to liquid resin.
But you guys know how hot that thing gets. I remember having some resin on my gloves, and I go outside, the sun hits it, my hand is like on fire.
Oh, for real? Yeah, I've never had that.
Oh yeah, it's like instantaneous. So I would imagine if that's
hey, speak of the devil, NJ Tree joined us.
There he is.
What's going on?
Let's go on, Jurassic Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's here too. Yeah, no, I didn't know it had a thermal reaction like that.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's cool.
Like the internet, start researching microwave technology versus photopolymers.
Right.
Now you're getting the science part. Now you're getting the science part.
Speak of the angel. This is how they know you. Did you just refer to me as White Devil? Great.
Oh man. But yeah.
So man, this is a blast. This has been a blast.
Yes. We'll definitely have some giveaways for you. I know.
Oh yeah, you know what? I promised to give away. I did, and we're at the end of the show now. I promised people a giveaway in my stream. So let's do a giveaway. I'll give away a sign. You use that? What do you use for a giveaway in your? You got like a little hashtag thing with Streamlabs or whatever this is. Restream.
It's usually a hashtag Infinity Equation, then whatever we're doing.
Yeah. So guys, if you don't know what I do already, I make 3D printed signs for your displays. I'm gonna give away a sign right now. $25 value. To treat yourself.
I just said a sign to treat myself.
Treat yourself, brother. I'm gonna give away a sign. I promised us a giveaway. We got off on a tangent, as I knew we would. But yeah, let's give away. Let's do a giveaway before we sign off real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I know you got your red Mezco shills out there. So what are we gonna do? Hashtag ICE was Infinity IEC.
We can do hashtag Infinity Equation DBlakesMakes.
That's too much. We gotta keep it simple for the folks.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Hashtag IE treat yourself.
All right.
There you go.
Let's put that in the chat.
Charles like, give us a sign. Give us a sign. What's going on, Paul?
If you're watching us, please give me a sign.
I need a sign. Give me one.
What's up, Paul?
Where's the chat?
These mythic wages in my hand.
It's where's the hashtag? I can't find it on this chat on this keyboard.
Should be like the 3.
I'm using this tablet, stamp Samsung.
Oh,
there it is. I found it. Found it. IE treat.
I'll stop looking at you like, what? We should talk about no hashtags.
Shelf. Send. Go on. Throw that in there. Throw IE treat your shelf in there. And we'll do this giveaway real quick before we sign off because I got to make dinner.
Jurassic Jesse's asking, what do we do?
I know. There you go. IE treat your shelf. I got Star Wars. I got Nickelodeon. These aren't finished yet on the table. These were just done, but this will get a purple across the bottom.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. We got Marvel signs. We got this dope sign right here.
Ooh, Infinity
and beyond.
So we got 20 people still hanging out with us right now. So get in there.
Ooh, some raggy.
It's better than the show that's on HBO.
Oh my God,
bro! That Velma. No, thank you.
Disaster, dumpster fire.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not a big. I've never cared for Mindy Kaling or her comedy.
Yeah,
just doesn't do it for me. You got Spidey signs.
So write down everybody's name. Who's putting the hashtags in here.
Horror. I got. I'm trying to get prepared for show season now. It's starting to get to show season. We got Legion's Con coming.
Yeah, Speaking of shows, in what 2 weeks we got a ZoloCon.
Yeah, I wanted to do ZoloCon so bad, and I just couldn't swing it this year.
I just bought my ticket for ZoloCon. So I will be there.
I know. We got our mythic people here. We're there.
Jesse.
What's Jesse saying? It'd be easier if you just told us the signs you don't have. That's true. I think I'm 180, or maybe I might even be closer to 200 signs in right now.
Hot toys. Oh yeah.
So
yeah, Dom. I'll be at Wayne in April and May. I'll see you over there, man.
I'm going to try to do Wayne or Woodbridge. I'm going to try to do either Woodbridge at the end of this month or Wayne in beginning of March. So I'm going to try to do one of those.
I like the Wayne.
I'll have Last Ronin. I'll have Last Ronin by the end of this week. What'd you say? March is what? Too far out?
No, I was just saying the Wayne show's just it's a ride out.
Oh, for you, yeah, it's a ride. It is. It's for me. For me, it's an hour and 15 minutes. So
yeah,
I don't do it often.
Yeah,
I don't do it often because it's a ride. It's a hike. But when I go up there, then I end up hanging out at Chubsy Wubsy store and seeing some friends up there. So I make a day out of it. So, all right, how are we doing on the entries?
I got the last one. Man, Beast Boy.
All right, let's do it. And you guys just hit me up. Whoever wins, hit me up on Instagram, and we'll get you a sign.
There you go. So you got Avenger 78, Matt Logic 44, Sam Rock 16 Shooter, Dom M, Jurassic Jesse Stride, and White Mike.
Are you writing them down? You wrote them down?
Yeah, wrote them down.
Yeah, I'm saying, right?
Look, you got to, because if I don't write stuff down, I won't remember.
That's funny.
That's the bad part about it. Paul Morales, Toy Chase, Peggy Zero Dad, Man Beast Boy.
All right.
There you go.
Trevor. All right, maybe I will. God damn it.
What do you say?
He's hoping I was going to solo. Damn it. We'll see. We'll see.
Solo's gonna be a blast, man.
All right. So how do we pick a winner?
Let's see. That's a good question.
You throw a dart. What do you do?
All right. So you know what? Let's bring up the old spinner ring.
Spinner ring.
If I would, let's see.
Jurassic Jesser, D Blake, official sponsor of Chat Migos Assemble, of Contest Migos. I'm a sponsor of their monthly contest. Always happy to help out. I got Peacemaker too here. Do you really want it?
I was about to start.
I know we had a chorus going for a second.
Yeah.
I forget those now.
It's been a minute. Yeah, we're waiting for season 2 now?
Yeah. Well, he's going to be pretty busy because he's got like how many shows he's announced? Shows and movies.
John Cena?
No. Well, what's his name? Who directed it?
Oh.
I forgot his name that quick. Yeah.
Doesn't just have to be signs too, by the way. If you want any custom accessories, get you some chains, tendrils.
Chains. Oh, you know what? I did make some chains for Ghost Rider. I printed them out in clear orange.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, this would be hot for the new Ghost Rider. I'm like, yo.
You put it on a wired chain too?
No, this is just like loose chains. Like I didn't know how to like make them like loose, like kind of wired like that. It's just 3D printed like see-through orange. Like it's just a whole orange.
Yeah.
I grabbed this.
Yeah, because that's dope. We could collaborate and give you some chains. You know, we can attach your flames on there or something. Figure it out. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I want. Still got the table in mind. I haven't. I didn't forget about the table though. I got that table. Yeah, I think everybody is gonna like that table though.
Definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Everybody's got it. Everybody's going like, yo, I need that for my team. Like that's my team right there.
That's my team. That's my quarterback, man.
Right.
Dante, you got any shows local for you out in Delaware?
There's very few. There is like one that they have at a fire hall. I forget the name of it, but it's like you don't want to do that one because it's like really small and it's kind of like.
Mm-hmm. There's one a mile away from my house. They do it almost once a month, if that. It's literally maybe a mile and a half from my house. And I started off doing that show. Like that was my first show, like cut my teeth, getting into it and everything like that. But those small shows like that, it's in like a little banquet in like Clarendon. Now it's over at like a VFW hall. And it's just like, it's cool once in a while, but then you get the same people, the same page, and the people walking by at the same time. Oh, I'll be back later, and then they
don't buy anything.
No.
It sounds about
That's the same thing with Wayne. The Wayne show being monthly, it's a good show. And it's probably one of the better monthly shows. But again, you see a lot of the same people if you do a monthly. That's why I only try to do it once every 3 or 4 months. All right. Dante's doing something here.
Sorry. Yeah, that's something weird for some reason. It's here for some weird.
It wants to load. There it goes. All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Spin it up.
All right. So
we doing one spin and win. You know, I like to do a elimination.
We can do elimination. I think that's a little bit fair. We'll
do elimination. That's cool.
All right.
Gotta be present to win. Stick around.
Wheel them around. Turn. It's a lesson that we should learn. All right.
Wheel of morale. Turn.
Out.
Love that.
Yes.
Last one in, first one out. Sorry, bro.
Sounds like a Plinko from Price is Right.
Dude, that was my favorite game of all time on Price is Right, I think.
Yeah. I've been watching this going down. I'm like, oh no. Stop now.
And he's just watching it. Ding, 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 ding.
Dom is hilarious. Like Royal Rumble winner has to point to the sun. Like, I'm going to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh.
Right at the line. Oh.
You spoke too soon.
Right? Remember that Royal Rumble? Oh man, it was years and years and years ago. When because that's Royal Rumble's the one where you have to get thrown over the top rope, right?
Yep.
And then a new person comes in every 90 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
I'll never forget the one where Mick Foley came back as Dude Love, and they came back as Cactus Jack, and came back as Mankind. I was dying as a kid watching that. I was like, he's coming back as Mankind.
He's
that was the greatest.
He's to win.
Yeah.
And that theme music is great.
Dude Love, man.
Yes.
Dude. All right, down to 4.
Final 4. Who will win this epic battle of probability? No one knows.
Oh, you got 30. Dude, Toy Chase can't win. He just won an Alf figure from Matthew Toy.
Yo, I just say that to him. He's like, dang it.
See, there he goes. I was just teasing. I was just joking. I was just kidding with the man. That's all right.
Broke his winning streak.
I know, right?
Right. The winner is Paul Morales.
Congratulations, Paul Morales.
Yeah.
Hit me up on Instagram if you can, Paul Morales, DBlakesMakes, and I will get you a sign of your choosing. My catalog link is in my profile. Any sign up to $25, free shipping. So congratulations. Thank you for hanging out with us. Alpha is a great figure. Yeah, right here. All right, guys. Well, sorry for running this later than we wanted to.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, this is a good wrap talk. This is an hour and a half. Right. It was exactly at 4:30. Exactly at the 4:30. Well, thank you all for coming and hang with us. Next month we'll do another giveaway. I know I said I would give away a cane chair, so hopefully I will have them all done by that time because those take. It's ridiculous how long those take.
Yeah.
Those chairs.
A lot of work goes into those. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sure. And then not to mention, then you paint it, right? So you can send it unpainted.
No, I don't paint it. No, I
you don't paint
it. I sent it over to Brian. He painted the last one. So.
Oh, okay.
He loved it. So he's like, yeah. He talked to NJ Tree. He's like, yeah, I know what to do next time, like how to paint these up. So I was like,
nice.
All right, my man. So we're gonna get back at it again.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll definitely be at Toy Con in May. So that's a given, man. Beast Boy.
There you go. Hopefully I can try and make it to that one.
You better. I'll be there too.
That's a good one. Nice. That's a good show.
All right. So, all right. If you guys are gonna be there, I gotta be there. I gotta at least try. But yeah. So we'll try to do some giveaways when we can. This was a great first episode. Returning back. Thank you again to Damien and Steph. appreciate you guys once again. I can't say how much enough I appreciate y'all doing this with me.
You too, man. Thank you.
Good times, man. Looking forward to the next one. First Sunday.
Definitely.
It's supposed to be first Sunday. Didn't get to do it last weekend. But first Sunday of every month, 3 p.m.
Yes, indeed. All right, folks. Y'all have a great weekend. And if you do, before we get out of here, if you do like Gundams, we'll be talking anime and Gundams tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. It'll be me and my buddy Jay Lambert. We'll be talking anime while we're building some Gundam kits. So that's going to be a good time.
Talk about that new Gundam store that just opened up.
Well, we're not sure yet. I thought it was a Gundam store, but my buddy was like, he's like, this looks like they're like action figures. So we're not
really?
sure yet.
I mean, I saw the storefront. I follow that Instagram account, and I saw that storefront that they posted. So
maybe it is Gundams. I'm not sure. I want to try to go up there and check it out. I want to try to get there and check it out and see what they have up there, because they got some kits. Because I want that witch Gundam. I've been wanting that one for a while.
Damn good, yeah. Have a good
nice.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you all. Appreciate
Have a great
you.
weekend.
A lot of good stuff. Peace out.
Enjoy this
Enjoy the Super Bowl
tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. Sports, everybody. Go
Go
Eagles.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, later, everybody.